Hello, welcome to BARRE, 45 minutes. This class is intended to work your whole body out. All you need is a Theraband and light weights. So I've got 2-pound weights. You can use cans if you like. And then also a chair is ideal, so we can use that as our bar. All right, so we're going to get started with the weights. We're going to start with the first song, which is called Experience. So we'll play that together if you want to follow along with the music in 3, 2, 1. Experience. Make sure you turn that music up so you are pumped up. Get that energy up for 45 minutes. It's a little bit of a cardio class, so we're going to get our heart rate up. Start with your weights in your hands, elbows to 90 degrees. Bring one knee up and the other. So walking it out, marching it out. These are called soldier walks. And you want to bring that knee as high as you can in line with your hip. And I add a little point of my toes down, energizing through the front of my leg. Good. If you want to add the arms, you can bring it out and in, out and in. Think about your core, keeping your spine nice and tall. Lifting the wall from your pubic bone up the front of your spine. Good, and we're warming up the arms here. Keep your shoulders nice and soft. 8, 7, 6, 4. We're going to twist in 3, 2, 1. We take the arms to the other direction. Keep your legs in the center. Rotate from your ribs, your spine. Think about your core, keeping that engagement nice and strong. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and to center. 1 more round. You can always do this without weights. When I think of my core, I think of it as the wall of a core that's lifting from the front of my hips. That's really helping hold my stability. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take the hands down, roll your shoulders up and back. Circle it out. Good, and then take one ear towards the shoulder. Side of the neck is getting a stretch. And then take it the other way. Other ear reaching down. And then add a little pull of the shoulder too. Good, and then come into center. We're going to take the chair if you need it for the quad stretch. So take your knees together and then give your foot a little pull towards your hip. Then keep the shoulder rolling down your back. Really good. And then switch. Take your right hand to your right foot, lengthen through the right knee. Getting your quad stretch here. Good. And then one more thing, we'll take the feet wide and turn the toes out. Take your hands to your thighs and just do some cat-cows. So it's an arch and a rounding. And you really want to think about just what your spine is doing, how much mobility can you create in your upper spine. One more breath here. All right, so the spine should be feeling pretty good now. We've got everything warmed up. Let's go ahead and take the weights and do some upper body work. So we're going to start with a position 1. The heels are touching. The feet are about a fist distance. The toes are a fist distance apart from each other. And then we'll start with the arms overhead. Bring those elbows close and externally rotate from the humeral heads. Bend the elbows and then extend. So you're keeping the arms in external rotation from the shoulder joints. Keep the spine tall. So we never want to round our head just to bring the weights behind us. Hands do not have to go that far. Up and down. And then we can add on releves by lifting the heels and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Keep those shoulders nice and actively rotating. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. We'll take the hands to the chest. So position 1, stay here. Now what we'll do is just take the right foot back into a curtsy. So the leg crosses behind, and then we bend the knees. So the front foot is still in a turnout position. And then take your arms by your side. Find your low curtsy, and then come all the way up and down and up. Good. Adding on bicep curl. Down and curl. Down, curl. Squeeze the legs as you come up. Down, curl. Exhale. Keep your shoulders down your back. Down and up. Down and up. Good. So isolating the biceps here. Getting the curtsy lunge. Good challenge here. Just good. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Let's hold it down in our curtsy. Take your hands parallel. Bring the arms forward. Elbows stay bent. Forward, back. Forward, back. You can always go 1 arm at a time. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. We'll take it to position 2 as our transition. Heels in, toes out. Make sure the knees are tractioning the same direction as your toes. So go down into a position 2 plie. And then coming on up, plie, and press the heels to come up. All right, now we'll add the arms, bring them to goal post. So as you come up, exhale, press. Inhale down, exhale, press. That's it. Feel the work from your hips to your shoulders. Nice, strong energy from the ground up. Exhale, press up with the arms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We're going to take it to the other side. So you can start with position 1 to engage the feet, and then take the left foot back into curtsy lunge. Find your low lunge. You're bending the knees deeply. Hands by your hips for bicep curls. So straighten the legs, bend, stretch, bend. Add the arms. This time palms face each other, hammer curls. Shoulder blades down the back. Lift, lower. Nice full body movement. Avoid swaying the hands. Resist on the way down. Think about pulling the pubic bone towards navel as you come down. Exhale, feel the press of the feet, squeeze the thighs. So just focusing on your breath, making sure to relax your eyes, up and down. Starting to get fatigued, want to feel that challenge. That's what happens when we are challenged. We become stronger. We feel like we have growth, that we're progressing. 8 more. 8, 7, just breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it down. Now take the arms out to the sides, out, down, out. Bend the knees, bend that back knee really deeply. And you're feeling the shoulder blades pull down and wide. Good. Stay in your curtsy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come into position 2. We did a good amount of biceps. We've done shoulders. We're using more triceps. For your position 2, come down into plie. And then take the arms. Actually, we're going to hinge. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hinge. And you're feeling like you're working against gravity a little. Take the elbows back and then straighten the arms. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. You can do little bends, which is more challenging. Little half bends, mid-range. And you're stretching through the elbows. Then the triceps getting challenged. How's your core? Are you feeling the abdominal wall? Lifting up and inward from the navel. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the back nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. Stay in here. We're going to take the arms in front of the hips. And then you're bending the elbows slightly like you're hugging a tree. And we're just going to go up and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. Retract the shoulder blades, the scapula. Keep the hips down. Reach the sit bones back. Keep the whole back body nice and long. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Almost there. Arms parallel, and then elbows parallel to bend up. Rows. Lift. 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 Good. For 8. Sit a little lower. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift the chest. All right, last round. Arms come up, and then bend and stretch. Just like we did in position 1. Jab the legs, down and up, down and up. Plie. If you want to get a little more footwork, we can add a little releve at the top. Lift, 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 press, press, press. Good. Keep the ribs together for 8, 7. Exhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the heart. Stay in your plie. We're going to rotate from here to the right and the left. Rotate from your spine. I like to keep my hands on my chest, so I'm not using my hands. And your shoulder blades are sort of helping too. Reach through the chest as you rotate the heart. Keep the core nice and strong, nice and engaged for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Straighten those legs. All right. We'll just take a quick little lunge stretch. Take your weights down. And then take your back knee down to get a nice lunge. From here, you want to lift the pubic bone towards navel. You'll feel a deep psoas stretch there. So nice to get all of those tight muscles to lengthen out. Especially from sitting, this is a great way to release that tightness. Awesome. And then we're just going to turn around, bring the other foot. And then again, think about bringing the back knee down, driving it down as you pull the pubic bone towards navel. And you're driving the left heel down at the same time. The more that you can engage through the glute, the more stretch you'll feel through the psoas. One more breath here, nice and tall. All right, we're ready for our plank. Take your hands down. So we're going to stay on the knees. If you want to come off the knees, go ahead. And then you have the choice of either letting the feet stay down, or you can bring the feet up, which you're working more hamstrings to keep them close to the hips. So from this position, think about externally rotating the humeral heads, the shoulder joints. Feel the shoulder blades pulling down and wide as you keep your collarbones broad. And these are tricep push-ups. So bending the elbows back, keep the arms parallel, and then keep the chest broad as you press. Keep everything the same. You're just bending the elbows back, keeping external rotation with the shoulders. Think about lengthening from the front of your body, from your knees through the neck. Keep the core, the abdominal wall lifted. Good, just a few more. Bend and press. Good, working the chest. One more push-up. Really good. Take a tabletop position. And then I'm going to flip my hands the other way just so I can get a good stretch through the wrists. And then we'll go through cat-cow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, round the back. Press the shoulder blades up and apart. Inhale, arch, long spine. Exhale, round. Press into the floor to puff the back body. Inhale, arch one more time. Exhale, round through the back body. Awesome work. All right. This is where we get to grab our Theraband. We're going to do some low body work before we go to the bar. Yeah, we're going to do some work here on the mat before we go to the bar. So I'm going to take my left foot to the middle of this band. This is the most important transition. So my left foot is inside the middle. I'm going to put the ends into my right hand. Now that I've got the ends on my right hand, I am then going to bring my foot back and put the ends underneath my right knee. So you've got a cross, like a diagonal. And then I'm going to stay in tabletop position. The whole time you're in this position, continuously think about externally rotating from the shoulder sockets. It's really important to help keep the arms stable. And then long torso, really engage to the pelvic floor here, right behind the waistband. And then start stretching the left leg back. See if you can keep the knee straight, hips squared, and we're just going to pulse at the top. I'm extending through the foot, and we're just pulsing, feeling that resistance. Press, press. The straighter the leg, the more you'll feel this in your glute. Think about using your glute to pulse. Up, up. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure to breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take it out to the left, so left foot going wider. All right, and then we're just going to go up and down, up and down. Tap the floor. Your leg is wide. You're getting more into that diagonal of the glute. Lift, lower, press, lower, press. Good, so it's really nice we're working with this diagonal. It's a great way to work with the diagonals of the body. Lift, lower. 8 more. Tap, 8. Tap, 7. Tap, 6. Tap, 5. Tap, 4. 3, 2, and 1. Good, take it down. Awesome, let's switch it. So you can do the same setup, bringing the band forward to get your foot in the middle. Take the ends of the band into your left hand, and then bring the foot back. Taking the ends under your left knee. So you've got the diagonal, okay, on your tabletop. If you ever have any issues going on with your wrist, you can make fists with your hands or use the weights. Okay, we're going to take the leg straight back and then up and pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep those hips squared so that right hip likes to roll up. See if you can keep the right hip facing down. And imagine if you had like a long foam roller on your whole back, from your sacrum to your ribs to the back of your head. You want to keep the line nice and long. Are you still activating your shoulders by rotating them externally? Feel the shoulder blades pulling down and wide. There's some core work here too, right? You're using your core to help you stabilize, to help hold yourself together. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. 8 more. You got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it down. Take your foot a little wider to the right. So I think of it as the back corner of my mat. All right, let's take it all the way up and down. So I go about hip height. That's the highest that really you need. You've got that resistance, right? That band is really there to help you feel more challenge in a smaller range, getting to the top of your range, feeling that resistance. And then also think about pulling your pubic bone towards navel as your leg comes up. It's a great way to feel your core help. If you aren't keeping that active, you're going to feel this in the low back. So think a lot about what's happening behind the front of your waistband. Lift from the abdominal wall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Take the band down off to the side for our bar work. Make sure you've got your chair. And I'm going to put the ends of my chair on the mat so that they don't slide. And if you want, you could do a nice little stretch here, pull away stretch with the hips pulling back. You can do this on your knees or on your feet. This is a really great way to get some more length in the back, stretch through the glutes. Okay. All right, let's make our way to the barre. So you just worked a lot of the glutes. Now I want us to work more on the side of the hip and the inner thighs. So for the inner thigh work, you're always welcome to add a Gertie ball, a little small Pilates ball if you like. I'm going to have us start with our feet together. And then start by lifting the heels up and down. And you can do this facing profile or facing the bar. It's your call. I think it's easier for me to have my hand on my side. Okay, so strengthening through the ankles. This is really important to keep the legs healthy, to have strong feet. Lift, press. 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Bring the feet together. Bring the outside edges of the ankles closer. And then bend the knees forward. So I'm keeping my hips right above my ankles. I'm not letting the hips go back. They're right above the ankles. And then pulse down, down. Think about the work in your ankles, keeping the inner thighs together, squeezing them together, using your core here. Feel that engagement through the abdominal wall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's almost like you're sliding down a wall, right? If you were on a wall, you'd be sliding down. 2, hold on 1, then take the legs out and in. Rotate from the hips. External rotation and together. It's also like clamshells in Pilates, but we're doing it at the same time. Press out, together. Press out, together. Press, good. Keep the torso tall, lift from the spine. Again, the front abdominal wall, such an important part of the core. Your core begins at your pelvic floor, your whole torso. 4, 3, 2, we're going to hold it out on 1 and pulse it down, 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 sliding down that imaginary wall. Your knees again are bent forward, your hips are right above your heels. Down, down, down. That's it. We want to start to feel the fatigue. Keep the hips rotating. External rotation. Outer hips are working for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, heels up still. Then we're going to go down slowly for 1 rep. Go down all the way as far as you can, maybe a grand plie. And then we're going to go slowly up. This is a challenge. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. It's so nice that we had a chair for that. All right. We can do a quick stretch too. Taking the right foot back, straight legs. You can do this with the arms straight and the torso really flat. You can also do this with the hands down and folding over on towards the mat. Okay. And then from this position, if you have your hand on the chair, your left foot is forward, your right hand is going to come down. Oop, and then you're going to take a little peekaboo underneath your arm. Keep the hips pulling back. 1 more breath. All right, come on up. Switch your legs. Right foot forward, left foot back, heel down. Hands on the chair or on the ground. Keep pulling those hips back. That's a huge part of this stretch. And then taking the left hand down, finding a slight twist as you peekaboo under the right arm. Awesome work. Okay, now we can move on. So we're going to grab the band actually before we come all the way to the mat. Doing some lat work with this band. Take your arms overhead. Find position 2. We've been working on our rotators. So come on down, position 2 plie. You're going to pull behind the head if you can. Don't let the head round to do this. You can also take the hands in front, okay? This is a nice option. Both are working your lats. Pull with the arms, use the shoulder blades. Your arms originate from your upper back. So think about where your upper back is activating. And then we'll add on one more thing. As you bend the elbows, lift the heels up and up. Good. Releve and pull. Releve and pull. Nice. Last chance to work the upper body. And we'll move down to the mat after this. Oh, Callie's a little Frenchie. She's all snuggled in her little coat. She's so cute. She went inside the coat like she's hiding from the bright light. I want to do that now. I want to snuggle. All right, let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. I'm going to keep the band for a quick stretch here to the side. That should feel really nice. And then come on up. And the other side. Awesome. Ooh. All right, now we get to make our way to the floor. With your band, we're going to take this to do our circles, our leg circles here. So bring it around the left foot. And then hold with your left hand. So same leg, same hand. The right leg can be bent, or you can straighten. Okay, whichever way feels best for you and your body. We're going to start with just an internal rotation and external rotation. Rotate, rotate. It's like you're turning the doorknob in your hip joints. Good. Feel that work in the hip joint. Keep the ribs down. Strong core. All right, one more time. Beautiful. Now you're going to keep the elbow down, and I'm sort of pulling gently with my hands. I'm going to start with an external rotation. Take the leg out to the side and then internally rotate to cross the midline. It's not going to be so big that your hips have to rock. Notice my hips. I'm keeping them pretty stable. Nothing's coming off the ground. It's a lot about finding those deep, deep hip muscles, thighs, and your core. Keeping the core lifting strong up from the hips. Pelvic floor. One more circle. Okay, and then we'll switch direction. So internally rotate, cross to externally rotate. Cross the midline with internal, out to the side with external. And it's so nice to have this band. It really helps, especially if you have tight hamstrings. It feels really good to have that control. One more circle. Awesome. And then just take the other foot up into the band. And then the ends into the right hand. All right. Find your nice neutral spine. Broaden through the collarbones. Internal and external rotation. Keep the hip, the femur rooting down. Really good. Lots of good muscles in there. One more time. Okay, external rotation, out, externally rotate in. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Take that time to really rotate. One more time, this way, and then switch. Internal cross, external open. Internal cross, external open. You've got your arm helping you too, right? It's resisting. You're using your bicep to really hold the strap. All right, let's do one more. Internal and external. Awesome. All right, from this, we're going to take both feet in the band. This is going to be fun. And then bending your knees into tabletop position. I'm going to have you inhale to grow nice and long through your spine. Exhale, nod your nose down, sink your sternum. Find that C curve. Good, and then you're just going to do like a wide row. Elbows bend wide and back. Think about keeping the feet actively pressing into the band. The knees are over the hips, legs together, squeeze the thighs. Keep the neck free. Use your core from the front of your spine. Lengthen away from your pubic bone. Hold the shoulder blades down and wide. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the legs straight up to the sky. Awesome. And we're going to take the arms up towards the sky also. And you're going to just start by pulling the arms back and then center. Pull back, come to center. So you're actually working your lats, your triceps, a really great way to work the back body without using your whole body weight. Pull, keep the ribs down, hips grounded. 4, 3, 2, And 1. All right. You can take the band away. And then from this position, we'll start with the feet together, the knees open. So like plie, right? The knees are out, externally rotating from the hips. And then exhale, arms reach forward, curl from the nose, sinking the sternum. And then inhale, roll down, reach back. Exhale, reach forward, curl up. Inhale down. Exhale, curl up. So you're keeping the legs in external rotation, which is what we worked on with the chair. Good. Think about working from the hips. And we'll add on one more thing. As the hands go back, the knees come together. Exhale, externally rotate, reach through. Inhale, reach back, legs together. Good. Such a great way to really work into the hips. Get into the core. Get into the arms. Last one. Take the arms forward. Hold it there. And then option to straighten the legs. And then pulse. Reach forward like you're grabbing for your water bottle. Reach. Reach. 8, 7, long spine. Curl for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on down. Circle the knees, hips. Switch directions, circle the other way. All right, so we did a lot of upper body there, upper core. We're going to do more lower core. So if you have any issues with your neck, this is something to avoid, okay? Just be mindful of this movement. So what we're going to do is take the hips up and back overhead, called roll over. I'm going to start with my legs bent, and then just roll the hips back, and then slowly bring them down. That's the good challenge of this move, is you can use some momentum, and then really resist on the way down. I love this because I can really feel the work of stabilizing with my shoulder blades, reaching them down and wide as I lift onto them, right? We're not going under the head, we're just going on top of the shoulder blades. And then the low body has to kind of stabilize to float. We're not just falling, we're really resisting. Good, 2 more. Feel that beautiful flexion of your spine. Good, hold tabletop legs. Knee fold, toe tap, 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 tap. And then you can also take your hands right in front of your hips and making sure that the legs don't come any closer, like 2 hands, like stop. Because we don't want the knees to be coming in. Go down and center, down and center. Four, 3, we're going to add on in 2, and 1. Now we go straight leg. Oop, pardon me. Straight leg, straight leg. Reach, reach. Notice that the pelvis should not sway. It keeps really stable as you reach through the leg, energize through the entire thigh. Squeeze also from your glute as you reach forward. That kind of helps get more length through the back of the leg. For 4, 3, 2, hold it on one leg down, And then hands behind the head to rotate and switch and switch. This is the finish line. This is where it matters. When you really get that challenge in your body, you feel challenge, you will feel progress, you will feel growth. That is why we're here. It's not to look a certain way. It's to progress. It's to move the body, move the energy. Movement is medicine. Breathe, find gratitude. Find gratitude for health, that we get to move our bodies, that we get to make every moment count. Every moment is our option of how we want to choose to see the world. Seeing it with gratitude, really feeling that we get to be here, that nothing is given freely. It's earned, it's deserved. We're blessed, right? That we are blessed. All right, here we go. In 8, 7, keep breathing. Exhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Come all the way down. Take a full body stretch. Arms and legs reach apart. This is a great way to stretch out the core. Exhale through the mouth. Big release. Another inhale. Exhale. Wonderful. Now stay on your back. Bend the right knee and take your left foot on top of the thigh. Left hand through the opening for figure 4. Now, if you are having to round your pelvis, if you have to come so far that the tailbone is coming up, then we're just release the hands. So think instead about pressing the tailbone down, reaching the sit bones forward, creating more length through your torso, from your ribs to your hips. One breath here. And then I'm going to take this twist with the same leg position. So my right hand goes to my ankle. And then I've got my hips slightly twisted. And then turn the head to the left. This is a really great way to stretch the lats. Take one long inhale. And exhale, the left shoulder blade reaches down a little more. Good, and then come into center. Right foot on top of the left thigh. Right hand through the opening, figure 4. Keep the tailbone down. The whole back is connected into your mat. Long inhale. Slow exhale. Now taking your twist, let the legs move to the left side. Left hand over the ankle. And then turn your gaze towards the right. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, the right shoulder blade reaches down more. One long inhale. And slow exhale. Come into center. Let's take a happy baby because that feels so good. Bending your knees, hold the inner edges of your feet and see if you can have more room to rotate the legs so they're in external rotation. It's almost like you're in a position 2, plie. And then you have your back nice and flat, your tailbone reaching down to lengthen your back. One, inhale, long spine. Exhale, feel your pelvic floor drawing in. All right. If you'd like to end class with me, come on up. Come into seated. And then inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let go. And one more. Inhale, expand, take up space. And exhale, let go of anything that you don't need. Awesome work today. Thank you for joining me for 45-minute barre. I'll see you next time.